Have you ever pondered the ironies of history? How the same geographical locations can become the stage for acts of violence, heroism, and unexpected turns of events throughout different epochs. Today, we delve into the intriguing history of Ukraine, a nation that has been a recurrent site of significant historical events, particularly related to Jewish history. Ukraine, a name often associated with mass violence against Jews, from the Khmelnytsky massacres in the mid-17th century, the brutal killing fields during and after World War I, to the bloodlands soiled by Nazi murderers in Operation Barbarossa in 1941, is now home to a fledgling democracy and an unlikely and inspiring Jewish president, Volodymyr Zelensky. History, in its multifaceted nature, also shows us that Ukraine was once home to the world's largest population of Jews and a place of extraordinary Jewish cultural vitality. To understand these ironies, several historians of Jewish Eastern Europe have provided insight into Ukraine's past and present. One such account is of a certain Mr. Goldberg, who visited his parents in Ukraine when the war erupted. To return to his young family in Tel Aviv, he had to travel through Russia, witnessing horrifying scenes along the way. Refugees streamed across the border, some without shoes, others dying in bombings. Even in the relative safety of Lviv, there were long lines for bread and exorbitant prices for necessities. His account, while from a different war and a different time, bears unsettling similarities to the current Ukrainian crisis. Another chapter of Ukraine's history intertwines with the post-war immigration of Nazis to North America. The US and Canada, in an overlooked part of history, allowed and even encouraged the immigration of Nazi collaborators and Holocaust perpetrators. The most well-known instance of this was Operation Paperclip, where the US government employed 1,600 Nazi scientists and engineers. It's estimated that 10,000 war criminals managed to immigrate, mostly from Eastern European countries, due to a lack of access to Soviet-held documentation and a focus on detecting communist sympathies rather than ties to Nazism. The recent situation in Ukraine has also put the spotlight on the issue of refugees. Romania, for instance, has been preparing for a potential influx of Ukrainian refugees due to the ongoing conflict. Despite concerns about capacity and possible resentment from the Romanian public, the government is prepared to accept up to 300,000 refugees in a day, providing them with free healthcare, housing, education, and job placement. In summary, the Ukraine crisis is a complex tapestry woven with threads of historical irony. A nation that has seen tremendous violence against Jews is now led by a Jewish president. A country that was once the home of the world's largest Jewish population is now experiencing another massive human displacement. And finally, a dark chapter of post-war Nazi immigration to North America is being brought back into focus. These ironies of history serve as a poignant reminder that our past, present, and future are inextricably linked, often in ways that we least expect.